welcome guys, it is the AxeMan here, and today we're going to be checking out every single creature in Ark Survival Evolved and do a quick rundown info and stuff on them. So we're going to go from the smallest to the biggest creature in Ark. We're not including the water creatures just because it's a little hard to get a size comparison between the water and the land thing, and then I'd have to like go in the water and spawn all them in and stuff, and there's not that many to do really. But yeah, every land creature, flies and everything are on here. So if you do enjoy it, don't forget to smash thumbs up button, don't forget to subscribe. This thing took me forever to do, so yeah, I would love for people to enjoy this. Okay, so Megaliths, really annoying. You get kind of from it, that's pretty much all they do. Leech, even more annoying. They live in a swamp, they will attach to you, suck your blood, and you can have a diseased one as well, so you can get some kind of disease from that. Trilobite lives on the beaches, you get kind from it. I think you can get pearls nowadays from it as well. Not really much of a threat. More bugs, chitin, just annoying, that's pretty much all they do. We've got the little monkey, can throw poop. It can also unlock doors if you throw it inside a base, if there's like a window or a gap somewhere. So useful for like PvPing. Compy, again, another annoying small creature. They attack in groups. Not really that much use for them, I'm not going to lie. You have to knock them out and tame them with Primate. Glowtail, got that from Aberration. Obviously a light pair, and it's pretty damn cool looking. An otter. What can I say about an otter? Cute. It insulates you. They're quite a rare find, but yeah, they insulate you, and you get them by just feeding them fish, like pretty easy. The Titan boa, the big giant snake, lives in a swamp. It is really annoying. It will trank you out with its bite. You can actually tame these now. You need fertilized eggs. The bigger the better. And it will just eat them on the ground. Only real use to tame this is the eggs, and use it for kibble. That's about it. The Oviraptor, one of my most hated creatures in this game. It lives in caves normally, depending on what map you play on. It actually sometimes spawns outside on like the volcano in Ragnarok and stuff, or in the desert or scorched earth. It spits will break your armor, so be very careful. One spit and it can shatter primitive armor straight away, and then you're in trouble. To tame these, you have to sneak up behind it with bug repellent on and feed it some spoiled meat. The Dilophosaurus, or something along them lines, is pretty much an oxygen tank. You can find these in the swamp. You can pick them up and take them up places to tame. But yeah, you can go swim with these, and you can get oxygen from them. It's really weird. I'm not sure how you do it, but that's a thing. The Chabela, one of the cutest creatures in this game. Normally, you would use this on Scorched Earth for weather events. It will tell you what weather's coming, like a sandstorm, thunderstorm, heatwave, and whatnot. Apart from that, not much use for it. The Lystro, a little doggy thing. It has an amazing pet emote when you pet it. This gives you a bonus experience towards your dinos and stuff, so you can take this out if you're trying to level up, and it will give you that little extra XP to help you level up. The Snail. So this thing pretty much just give you a cementing paste. You could just have loads of these and just have them farmed in your base somewhere. That's really the only use they do actually have. Dimetrodon, these can be very annoying. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have attacked one of these in the wild before, and then a swarm of them hit you, and it's annoying because they don't attack the creature, they attack the rider, so they do damage to you rather than the creature. Great for PvPing. Right, the Shinehorn and the Featherlight, both found on Aberration. They're both light pets. All they do is just scare off the Nameless with their lights. That's pretty much their only use. Both freaking adorable, especially the Shinehorn over there. The Pego, the worst creature in the whole game. I mean, according to me, I hate this thing. It's the most annoying thing ever. They will be hiding in the forest, jungles, whatnot, and they will come and steal your stuff. On the upside though, if you tame one, you can use it to go and steal other people's guns and stuff off them. So that's pretty neat on PvP. The Dung Bo is pretty much a fertilizer machine. Give it poop and it will give you oil and fertilizer. Definitely need a few of these in your base so you can get crops going and stuff like that. The Vulture was found on Scorched Earth. It can now be found on Ragnarok as well. It's kind of a okay PvP-ish dino. It's pretty much used the same way as a Dimorphodon. It'll attack you rather than the dino and stuff. So yeah, used similar to the Dimorphodon. The Archer. This is pretty much a parachute. They're quite rare, normally found in the redwoods or on Scorched Earth. They're found kind of, I can't remember what the trees called, Joshua trees or something like that. But yeah, you have to tame them with chitin. So knock it out and feed it chitin. Its torpor does drop quite quickly, so you've got to be quick. But yeah, once you've got it, you'll just you'll throw it up in the air and you can just glide wherever you want. Alright, the Beazle Buffo, the frog. So this will eat insects and turn chitin into cementing paste. Pretty damn handy if you live in a swamp. Literally, you can just get on this thing, go through the swamp, eat all the Meganora and everything, and it will give you a whole ton of cementing paste. Bulldog, again, another aberration-like pet. Freaking adorable. One of my favorite creatures in the game. Yeah, it'll just scare off Nameless. That's pretty much its only use. So the Microraptor, another annoying creature. It will jump at you and knock you off your creature and leave you paralyzed or stunned for a short time. Pretty much only really used in PvP, not really a PvE kind of creature unless you just kind of want to look cool with it on your shoulder. The Dodo, the greatest creature to ever live on Ark. This thing gets killed by everything. It's used early on for meat and stuff. Other than that, it's pretty much just used for kibble. I believe it does Pteranodon kibble, so yeah, that's pretty handy to have. The Troodon. A lot of people hate this guy. I freaking love the Troodon. It hunts in packs at night. It's very strong at night time. During the day, it's a bit more easier to avoid. To tame these, they are a pain. You have to sacrifice tamed creatures or babies to feed it. So it is actually one of the hardest creatures to tame, but they are freaking cool. The Hyena Don, another one of my favorite creatures in this game. I always forget it's in this game. I love these. They live in packs. Quite easy to tame. You just got to sneak up behind it and pet it like a little dog. So yeah, if you give it a saddle, you can actually put meat in its saddle and it will keep it preserved for longer. So if you're going out on a long adventure, you've not got that much meat, whack it in its little pouch and it will be like a kind of preserving bin. The Aradio or the Spider. These live in caves. They are terrifying to look at. No real use to tame them, really. I mean, you can use them in PvP as kind of like traps in the base and stuff. Their web will slow creatures down, but they've not really got that much health. Not really that useful. But if you like spiders, go ahead and get one. A jug bug or an oil bug. There's two varieties of these. These live on Scorched Earth, and I believe they're on Ragnarok now. If you're thirsty, you go up to it and just drink water out of it. The red variety of it will just give you oil. That is all they are in the game for, really. The Dilophosaurus. This is kind of an early tame creature. You don't need one, but they're pretty handy to have if you just want a little base defense. During the wild or in the wild, they will spit venom at you and it will blind you. Can be quite annoying. They hunt in packs as well, it seems, as well. So just be careful of that. Queen bee, so found in the redwoods or on the side of cliffs. It can actually be tamed, but mainly you just use the beehive to get honey. You tame it, you have to break the beehive and then wait for it to come out, and then you have to, it's a passive tame, you feed it that way. But once you've got it, you can then change it into a beehive and just generate honey that way. Pretty cool. So the Hesperornis, the duck, weird looking thing, it actually poops a gold egg. You get a gold egg and then you can eat that. It gives you like some weird XP thing. To tame it, I believe you just got to feed it fish. Get some fish, drag it towards it and feed it. The Ichthyornis, another creature we all hate. It flies around the beaches, it will fly down, swoop, and eat your items. It's really, really annoying, and yeah, a lot of people actually hate it. Can be tamed though. Oviraptor, so this creature you probably should definitely get, I'd say. This makes your creatures around you produce more eggs, so you get eggs more frequently and stuff. That's all it does. To tame it, you have to feed it eggs. The bigger the egg, the better. The Castroides, or the Beaver, is a wood machine. It can also have a saddle with a smithy inside, so you can craft on the go as well. But yeah, mainly use this to get wood. Wood inside its inventory is actually lighter than it would be if you're holding it, so you can get a whole load of it. Taming's pretty easy. It's literally straightforward. It just takes a little bit of a time. The Pelagornis, the kind of seagull thing. This can actually fly, as you can tell, it's like a little bird, and then it can kind of swim on the water as well, pretty fast. So pretty decent tame to have. Not got much weight, so I wouldn't recommend carrying much stuff if you're good at taming. Penguin, the Kaimuku. So these live obviously in the snow. You can tame these, get a whole farm of them going, and if you ever need polymer or anything, just start chopping them up. That's pretty much simple as. The ovis or the sheep, pretty much the same as the Kairuku. You want to get a bunch of these, breed them up, make sure you got a load of them, and whenever you need mutton, which is like the best meat to have to tame carnivores, just kill one of them off, take the mutton, and go and tame your creature. The Moschops are pretty useless creature. You can tame them. They're really annoying to tame because they want different things. Each one's different. Like for one, they might want leech blood, and then after that, they might want some sap. So they are really annoying to tame, but great if you need some meat on the go and you just want to go and kill them. The Sarco. Now this guy got a TLC not long ago, so he's actually pretty good right now. They live in swamps. They've got a death roll now. They've got a 180 turn. They have become quite good nowadays, so I definitely recommend taming one of them. The Megalania. Now this guy is awesome looking, quite new to the game. It gives you rabies, just brilliant. It hides on the top of caves, it will jump down and give you rabies and ruin your whole day. To tame them, you need a whole lot of narcotics. These guys wake up fast. The Dimetrodon. To tame this, you've got to find it in the swamp, which is really annoying. They need a lot of narcotics again. Pretty much just used for an AC unit, so you can have a bunch of these instead of making the AC unit, and it will be able to, hatch your eggs and stuff like that. The Scorpion. Now this I would say is an early-ish game type of tame. It can trank creatures out. It's pretty decent at fighting as well. Straightforward knockout tame as well, pretty easy. The Onyx or the Bat lives in caves. Can give you rabies as well. They updated it so it gives you rabies. These are actually really annoying nowadays. You can actually tame them. I think you have to be, I think it's over level 60 or 70 to do them. Probably used mainly in PvP for traps. If someone gets in your base, have a flock or a bunch of them, not sure what they're called, attack them and give them rabies or something. Pachycephalosaurus, quite an early tame again. If you're going to tame it, don't shoot at its head, it won't affect it. You've got to shoot its body. Can knock out tames, a pretty decent fighter. That's about it really. The Dodo, obviously you definitely need one of these. Gathers stone. Stone is lighter in its inventory. 100% need one of these in any tribe solo or a mega alpha tribe. Definitely need one of these. The Sabertooth, the poor man's Phyla, as I keep calling it. Kind of an early tame. I wouldn't actually recommend getting them. I mean, they're quite good at getting around, but that's really it. If you're going to go for power and stuff, just get a wolf instead. The Capro, another creature that can jump out at you. This lives in the swamps. It will grab you off your mount and run away with you and eat you. Super annoying. The Palovia, another annoying creature. This one hides under the ground and then it would jump out and stun you and eat you. Again, so many annoying creatures in this game. The Ravager, found on Aberration, normally in packs. These guys are actually pretty damn strong. A must-have if you're on Aberration. The Direwolf, again, another great creature. Definitely need one of these. These has a pack bonus as well, so you want to get a bunch of these. You find them in the snow. Can be tricky to tame at times. Just be careful because in numbers they are very strong. The Yankee, another must-have for anyone playing this game. This guy will get you your metal. You need this to progress, to get better stuff, to get a metal base. Easy to tame, quite common to find, but a definitely must-have anchor. Thorny Dragon, found on Scorched Earth. They are found on Ragnarok now as well. This was the Scorched Earth wood machine. That's pretty much all it was used for. It's kind of powerful if you get a high level decent one. But yeah, pretty much just a wood machine. The Pheobia, the pig. This pretty much just feed the stimberries and it will poop like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, you can use this early on before you get a dung beetle, so you can put it in your crop plots. Get your plant species X growing up or whatever else you grow in. Definitely recommend getting one of these as early as you can. Tarah Birds, kind of similar to raptors. I feel like they're a little less than raptors. They hunt in packs. You can actually glide on them if you jump off a mountain or a cliffside. You can actually glide for a bit on them. If you do it in the right place, you can get from one side of the map to the other. But apart from that, not exactly that strong. Kind of a pain to tame as well. So the Dimetrodon, the Hell Pig, a pretty useful creature. Pretty strong as well. So this thing, it can heal creatures around it at cost of food. So make sure you got a lot of food in you. It can heal your creatures you can take into boss battles. You can actually raise a wyvern with it. There is a technique so you don't actually have to give it milk. You can just keep healing your wyvern with the Dimetrodon. Phyla, one of the best creatures in the game. It can climb, it can jump, it's fast, it's powerful. If you get a high level one of these, you can pretty much take on anything, including alphas, and everything. It is truly one of the best creatures in the game. I would definitely recommend getting one of these. The Tail, a pretty decent tame. People don't know how good this thing is. It can actually be used to soak turrets. It's got loads of health. If you put a good saddle on it, it'll be able to soak turrets on PvP. It could also be used to hold storage and stuff early on as well. It's got brilliant weight and everything. So yeah, you might as well just grab one. They're easy to tame. They're very slow. The Lymantria, or the moth, found on Scorched Earth and now Ragnarok. Not really a must-have tame, I'm not going to lie. They're not that useful. The weight's not very good. They're kind of annoying to tame as well. They have a dust cloud thing that if they get scared, it will just like wipe out your stamina so you can't chase it. That's the only use you would have for it, really. So the Equus and the Unicorn, they're obviously the same creature, but the Unicorn is rare as dicks. There is not many, normally just one per server, so if you've got one of them, you're in luck. The Equus, pretty much used just to get around. I would definitely recommend getting them on Ragnarok. They're quite common on there. Get one of them as quick as you can, just feed it carrots, and it's good to go. You can actually knock tames out with these as well, and they are fast, so you can get away from stuff as well. The Raptor recently got a TLC, is actually pretty decent now. You can actually jump onto creatures, like small creatures, and they're not going to be able to get away, and you can eat them like that. It's got a pack bonus now as well, so you want to get a few of these. Pretty easy to tame. Bonerum, Trancum, good early tame there. The Gigantopithecus has had an update as well. Used just to get like fiber, really. That's what it was used for, but it can actually ride on zip wires now as well, like on Aberration. It's pretty decent. It can throw you if you want to get over someone's base on the wall and stuff. Pretty rare as well. You got to go right like in the redwoods to find it, but a pretty decent tame. The Dire Bear, crazy looking bear, had a update. Also, you can actually get honey with this guy now. This guy's strong, he's fast. It's scary looking as well. But yeah, in the redwoods, I would definitely recommend getting one of these as well. The Mantis, found on Scorched Earth and Ragnarok. It can hold tools, so it can have a pickaxe and it can help you harvest some stuff. Pretty hard to tame. You need deathworm horns, which means you've got to get a deathworm to tame it. The Kentrosaurus. So this is definitely a PvP creature. You want a couple of these in your base, because if a Giga attacks, a Giga will outrage pretty much straight away as soon as one of these hit it. That's kind of the anti-Giga base defense here. So we've got the Megaliths Arrows. This is the male one. I definitely recommend getting the male over the female unless you're breeding. The male one can attack, but it also gets you thatch. That's pretty much its main use. It's actually pretty decent to get it around as well, but it's pretty much a thatch machine. The Pteranodon definitely must have PvP and PvE. Kind of the first flyer creature you're going to get. It's easy to do, just trank it out. It's fast. It's not got much stamina, but it can pick players, and its attack can be pretty decent if you get a high level one. The Baryonyx lives in the swamps. If it's in the water, it can do a spin attack and it will stun you and any kind of players and creatures in the water as well. These guys are actually really OP when you get a high level one, and it can be used for one of the water caves, so I definitely recommend getting one of these at some point. Alright, this guy, I can never remember the name for, the Clefairy or something like that. Pretty much a cow on steroids. This guy will throw stuff at you, rocks, pieces. It's really weird. To tame it, you've got to feed it beer. It's a really weird creature, but it's pretty powerful. Just be careful you don't run into them, because they will like annihilate you. The Brachoptodon, the kangaroo, I love this thing since the update. It's got the ability to do that mega jump like the big massive crab can do. It's really fast, quite common on Scorched Earth, so I definitely recommend getting them. Rare mushrooms is what you need to tame these guys. The Pakhi Rhinosaurus, so it's got a bit of an update. It can actually be used to soak some turrets if you get it in the right position. It's actually pretty decent for that. Other than that, it has the ability to lower your stam if it's being attacked and stuff. To tame these, you need bug repellent, which is very weird. I'm not sure why a creature would like to eat bug repellent, but, you know, this is Ark. That's whatever they want to do. The Iguanodon, another early-ish kind of tame you want to get. This, it can run on 2 legs, it can run on 4 legs. It's okay. It's pretty much used just to get seeds and berries. Nothing too special. The Parasol, everyone's favourite Parasol, the derpiest creature in the game. Just look at that face. It has got an update, so it can now be used to spot people coming into your base, which is pretty good. Other than that, early tame just to get around and stuff. The Roll Rat can be found on Aberration. This is your wood getter on Aberration. It can get wood. It has a massive, huge saddle as well, so it can do this spin thing and get around like stupidly quick and attack creatures. To tame it, you have to get honey and throw it when it burrows down into its hole. You've got to throw it into the hole. Simple as that. The Griffon, only on Ragnarok. This creature is a must-have on Ragnarok. It is amazing. There's loads of tutorials out there how to build a trap to get it in, but yeah, just get it in a trap, trank it out, and it's straightforward. This obviously has its dive bomb attack. It's great for getting around, used for PvP, getting around on PvE as well. It definitely must have if you're on Ragnarok. The Basilisk, this is on Aberration. This is probably an end game-ish kind of creature, because to tame this you need to feed it rock drake eggs. Which, you know, they're not easy to get. They are pretty strong. Maneuverability is pretty decent as well. I mean, you might as well get one if you're towards endgame. The Argentavus has had a TLC update. It looks absolutely fabulous now. It actually has a Smithy saddle. It can carry Yankees now and Dodix as well, so you can take them up to mountains, get your metal, bring them down. This creature, the only problem with it is a bit slow, but apart from that, this is definitely a must-have nowadays. The Gallimimus, the fastest creature on the game. Pretty much you'd use it for your speed. It has a 2-player saddle, so someone can ride it and someone can shoot from the back of it as well. Scary looking, like, look at them eyes, it's seen things, but yeah, a speed machine. The Megalithosaurus, now this normally only comes alive and awake at night time. During the day it's weak, it's slow, it can't really move. At night it is crazy, it will kill everything. It can pick creatures up and rip them apart. A really good PvP night raid dino. The Carno. The Carno needs some kind of update. It's lacking something right now. I'd say maybe an early tame kind of thing, but apart from that, it doesn't do much. It's not really that strong. I don't know. I mean, if you're early on tame, I'd probably say you might as well get one. They're not too hard to tame. The Trike has had an update as well. Definitely need a Trike at some point in the game. So this now, if there's a big strong carnivore near it, it'll get a boost if it's in a herd. It can help deflect turrets as well if you've got it facing the right way. It helps you get berries. I'd definitely say as soon as you can, get one of these. The Woolly Rhino. The only reason you'd use this is to charge through someone's base. That's what they're used for. They're found in the snow. Pretty easy to tame. You just got to watch out for like the wolves and everything knocking about. The Maraudatops is a must-have on Scorched Earth. That's where they're found. Scorched Earth and Ragnarok. These camels, I suppose you would call them, have water inside them. So when you're going through the desert and there's no water around, you can drink water from them. Pretty decent at fighting as well if you've got a decent level 1. So yeah, pretty decent tame. The Phoenix that doesn't want to look at the camera because there's something interesting on the floor is the rarest creature in the game pretty much. Only found on Scorched Earth, only comes out during a heat wave, and can only be tamed with fire. You have a limited time to do it. It is pretty crazy and intense, but it can smell. If it's got metal in it, it will smelt the metal. It will cook your meat and stuff as well, so it's pretty decent. The Megatherium, the big, massive, giant sloth. This guy is perfect for the Broodmother bosses. As soon as it hits and kills a bug, it gets this massively huge increased power, where it takes less damage, it does a whole lot more damage, so definitely get some of these for the Broodmother boss when you're thinking about doing them. Stegosaurus, another PvP dino you want to use. So if you're riding one of these, turrets will not shoot you, they'll be shooting into the plates of it, so it can soak up loads of damage. Get one of these with a really good saddle, really high health, and you'll be able to soak bullets and be able to throw C4 from the back of it onto someone's base. The Tapahara, quite rare I would say, has a 2-person saddle, can latch onto walls and stuff, so you can ride it, you can also shoot from it as well. Pretty decent speed, pretty decent stamina, it's just a bit of a pain to tame. The Allosaurus, always found in a pack of 3. They have a pack bonus. If they bite you, you bleed out as well, which is pretty cool. Apart from that, not that much use for it really. The Verazenosaur, this is a crazy thing, like look at them claws there. Don't run into these because they will absolutely wreck your face, but yeah, great herbivore. This could easily take down a T-Rex and stuff. Only problem is their taming takes a very long time, so like just be aware if you're knocking one out, it'll be a very long time to tame them. Used to gather pretty much every resource. It's pretty much can gather every single resource: thatch, wood, fiber, anything you can really think of, it'll probably be able to get it for you. The Quetzal, the biggest bird in the game, kind of you get this towards the end. It's got a high level to get the saddle. It also has a platform saddle though, so in PvP you'll be able to build some kind of like warship of the sky, I suppose you'd say. PvE wise, you can use to pick up all kinds of dinos that obviously like the RGs that can't pick up and stuff, but yeah, definitely get one of these when you can. Solo it's going to be hard, but if you're in a tribe, should be no problem. The wyvern found on Scorched Earth and Ragnarok is it's one of my favourite creatures in the game. It's got decent health, decent attack, decent speed, decent stamina, can pick creatures up. The only problem is it takes a while to raise them. Obviously you have to steal an egg to get them, you don't tame them, you have to steal the egg, raise it up. But apart from that, yeah, these guys are pretty badass. The Rock Drake, the Wyvern of Aberration. Same way to get these, you have to steal the eggs and raise them up. These guys can glide around, they can climb on stuff, they're powerful, they've got decent stamina, speed and everything. It definitely must have for an Aberration. The Carcanos, again, only found on Aberration. It's found everywhere. It's actually a really, really good creature to have. To tame this, you need a cannon to its face, or you need a catapult. You have to hit the body. If you hit the legs, it won't count. Has a crazy amazing jump, doesn't get affected by the radiation. So yeah, you could use this to go and get some eggs and stuff. The Mammoth, so this is found in the snow biomes. It has had an update, so it can now actually gather wood and the weight's increased in it. It's actually better than the Beaver at getting wood, but it doesn't obviously have a smithy saddle. It's obviously not got a better like maneuverability. It's obviously an elephant is a bit more slower, but I would choose this over a Beaver myself personally. Obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but yeah, this is a wood machine. The Tyrannus, found in the snow biome again. This guy is pretty crazy. It will roar at you, and if your creature is not bigger than it, pretty much, it will go crazy and run away and not listen to you. It's always found with a pack of Carnos with it, so be careful of that because you will have to fight them all off. Taming it's quite hard because obviously it's got that roar, so you've got to shoot it from a distance where the roar's not going to affect you. The T-Rex has had an update as well. Obviously, you want these for bosses. These are the best dinos for bosses. You want to get a whole bunch of them, raise them up, imprint them, get as many mutated stats as you can. It has a roar now where it makes players just stop for a second or two. It makes them also shit themselves as well, apparently, for some reason. But yeah, I'd definitely get Rex's PvP, PvE, obviously for the bosses, for raids, everything. This is a good dino to have. Right, next we've got the Parasol thing, this ugly bronzo pretty much. Lives in a swamp. It can actually have a platform saddle on it, so you can actually whack a catapult on it. I used it mainly on Aberration pretty much. I used the catapult to tame the big massive crab things. Other than that, not too much use for them. They can get berries and stuff, but obviously you got to go in the swamp to get them, so you might as well get a trike instead. But yeah, I'd use this just for the platform saddle and build something on the back of it. Now we've got the Diplo. Look at that face, doesn't he just look derpy? So the Diplo is a kind of annoying creature. It will go around and want to play with you for some reason. So if you're just stood there, it will come up and it will just like headbutt you. Not take any damage, it will just headbutt you. Can kill you by knocking you off a cliff though, it's happened. These guys, you can tame them and then you can have I think it's 12, I can't actually remember off the top of my head, like a 12-man saddle. So this could be a massive, huge bus, really, full of people with the guns out, ready to kill some people. The Spino has recently had an update as well, so this guy is actually pretty powerful nowadays. If it's in the water, even for a split second, as soon as it comes out, everything's increased on it. It's like its health, its attack, its movement, its turning radius. So you really want to fight with this near the water. It can now stand on 2 legs as well, so you can do a powerful attack with your hands, not just your mouth. Right, we've got the Reaper King or the Reaper Queen. So this is an aberration creature. It's something you're going to get towards the end. So to get a Reaper King, that's the only one you can get. You have to find a Reaper Queen. It then has to impregnate you. So you have to have your light on. You have to like take as much damage as you can. As soon as it gets down to like 2,000 health or something, I believe, turn your light off. It will then pick you up and impregnate you and then run away. You then have to obviously go to a safe place and raise this baby. Pretty damn strong on aberration. Used obviously PvP. PvE to kill stuff I suppose as well, but yeah, this is one hell of a creature. So the Giga, this is an endgame creature, quite rare, normally found around like the mountains and stuff. Obviously on Ragnarok they're in the highlands, they're quite common there. This is OP as dicks in the wild. It will one-shot you quite easily if you're not careful. Once tamed, it loses its health, it loses its attack. It's still powerful though. Used, I'd say, in PvP. Get it enraged, drop it in someone's base, and it will just go around like attacking everything and killing anything in its path. So the Bronto, the second biggest, just missing out to his big brother over there, the Titan. Pretty much used, I would say, to get berries and stuff. You can have a platform saddle on the back of it, so you can make some kind of like base. I suppose you can use it to soak turrets, get inside a little metal base on the back of it, and then maybe chuck some C4 or something. But PvE, yeah, just used for getting berries and stuff. Not that much use. Normally just kill them to get prime meat. That's what I use it for mainly. Alright, the biggest creature in the game is the Titanosaur. This huge, massive creature here. They're normally pretty rare, normally just a couple on the server. So to tame them, you have to shoot them with a cannon in the head quite a lot of times. I would definitely recommend doing that in a tribe, because solo is going to be a bit too difficult. Obviously, the ultimate PvP dino. It can destroy everything with its attacks. It's got loads of health. It's got high damage and stuff. The only problem is it's kind of maneuverability, I'd probably say. But yeah, you're going to tame this and just go on a massive, huge raid. You can only keep it for 24 hours unless you change it on the settings. So it's up to you if you really want to go for it and everything. But yeah, this thing is actually massive. It's huge. You can build on the back of it as well with the platform saddle, so you can build a base as well. But yeah, there we go. Every single creature in Ark, apart from the water creatures. There you go, guys. That is every creature in Ark. So if you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the button, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you found it helpful or anything. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you soon.